Hello, welcome back to Grey the Gold Witch. Today we're doing a reading on your next or current romantic relationship, so I'm very excited for this reading and I hope you guys enjoy. So the first reading, or the first pile, is Amethyst. The second pile is Celestite. The third pile is Rose Quartz Heart. And the fourth pile is Blue Calcite. So take a second and pause the video if you need to meditate on the piles. And I will see you in your reading. Timestamps are linked below. Hey, pile 1, if you chose the Amethyst, then this is your reading on your next or current romantic relationship. So we are going to first look at the energy of you and this person. So your energy should come out on either of these sides. And that should help you know if this resonates. We have the Forest, the Fire Ant, the Child Magical, and the Badger. And then we have the Destroyer, the Stingray, the Hero/Heroine, and the Weasel. And for your connecting energy, we have the Eternal Light of Love. Wow. This connection is a pivotal point in both of your lives, I can immediately see. And it's something that brings you closer to the idea of love and makes you really believe in a deep love. This might be, there's multiple scenarios coming through. This might be somebody you met when you were young, or you will meet when you're fairly young. Or this connection makes you feel very young again. There's a youthful spirit to this connection. And it has the energy of first love. Although this doesn't have to be your first love, but there's something about this that has that innocence and purity to it. Regardless, this person came into your life to teach you about yourself and to help you grow into the person you're meant to be. And I'm immediately seeing that this connection for some people will end up being lifelong. For others, it'll be one of a few soulmates. Take what resonates for you. But I see that this person and you were definitely destined to find each other and be together and fall in love. So I'm going to go into the fire. We're going to call this side the Fire Ant and this side the Stingray. And go into each of your energies. So for the Fire Ant side, this connection is really going to be healing their childhood wounds and teaching them that they do deserve love and happiness, and making them believe in magic in a way that they hadn't for a long time. I think this connection really brings them into feeling like they belong somewhere, where they might have felt like an outsider in the past, or like they hadn't really found their tribe. And being in connection with the Stingray makes the Fire Ant feel as though they're part of a community and have purpose. And I see that the Stingray really opens the Fire Ant's eyes to the possibilities of the world, and that there's endless possibilities to life, that I feel like the fire ant had originally felt pretty limited and pessimistic about life, and the stingray brings out this optimism and hope. And I see them healing through things they never thought they could get through because of the stingray's presence in their life. I think that the fire ant had some past trauma that they kind of felt like they were stuck dwelling in, and the stingray helps them heal past these pains of the past. I think the fire ant always felt like an outsider, and the stingray opens up a sense of wonder to them that they had written off as childish fantasy a long time ago. The stingray helps them see beauty in the world again and see why life is worth living. I really feel like the stingray brings the fire ant out of some sort of funk when they first meet and makes them believe in community and belonging. And I think the fire ant had felt like they knew exactly what was up with life and that they'd had most things figured out, and the stingray shows them that there's a lot of mystery and untapped things that the fire ant hadn't experienced before. The stingray opens up a whole new world to the fire ant. And adds so much color into the fire ant's life. As for the stingray, I see when they come into union or when they come into connection with this fire ant, they're going to be developing their sense of self and their confidence. And I think that this relationship comes in to help on their journey of personal empowerment. This relationship is pivotal to the stingray knowing their power and feeling confident in going after their dreams and being who they truly are. I feel as though the stingray might have been more passive or kind of trying to take the path of least resistance, and this connection wakes them up to who they truly are and what they want out of life. This relationship leads them to introspect and let things fall away in their life that aren't serving them. Because I think the stingray sees their light through the light of the fire ant, and it's almost like a mirror is being held up to them to show them who they truly are and who they want to be. And this relationship is pivotal to both of these people coming into who they were meant to be on this earth and getting into the proper path of their destinies. I see that when these two people come into union or into this relationship, the stingray might be a little farther along on their journey and has a lot to teach the fire ant, but the fire ant might not feel like they have a lot to teach the stingray, but they open up a whole new world to the stingray of who they can be and helps them face the shadows of their life they need to face. I think the fire ant's presence in their life makes them do some personal growth that they'd been avoiding or didn't even realize they needed to do. And this is very beautiful for the stingray because it brings them into their personal power and really fortifies the person they're meant to be by being in this relationship. So this relationship is monumental for both of these people because it's really bringing them into their power and who they're meant to be. And I feel like there's some beautiful lessons learned here for the stingray, about personal power and really understanding their own depths and understanding what they deserve and don't deserve, and For the fire ant, I see just really believing in life again and believing in the possibilities of a happy life. Regardless of what happens with this connection, this was necessary for both of these people to grow and expand. And I can see this being, since it's a general reading, for some people this is a life partner, for some people this is somebody who comes and teaches a major lesson, and then you both go on your ways. It's dependent, take what resonates for you, but I can see it go in a number of ways for different people in this group. But I can see that this completely changes the course of both of your lives in a very positive way. This was divine intervention to help you guys see how you needed to grow and expand. I feel like the stingray really helps heal this badger, and the badger helps the stingray unlock their true potential. So this is a very mutually beneficial relationship on a soul level. And on a soul level, this is doing a lot of intense work for your soul's growth. So let's get into the tarot cards now. I'm interested to see what your tarot cards have to say. Spirit, tap us into pile 1. What do they need to know about this connection? 7 of Swords. 3 of Wands. 2 Lovers. Strength. And the Sun. Okay. And then let's look at the Oracle cards. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Illumination. Mutable. Power. A year from now. Yes, this is your soulmate. And then we have here. And then we have Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. And Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. Okay, pile 1. This relationship is definitely a part of your divine plan and destiny, and it's meant to bring you closer to love. I'm hearing where there's pain, there's pleasure, though, and this relationship won't be without its difficulties for both of you. I see that this relationship forces you to face the shadows within yourself, and this person has to face the shadows within themselves. And if you both do this and choose to face this, then I could see this lasting into the long haul. However, if both of you choose not to grow, I see that Spirit has a path laid out for you, that you will find your soulmate. It could be this person, but you definitely will have love come in the future. Because what I'm seeing is that this is a relationship where you both are going to be tested, and it's going to illuminate who both of you truly are. And regardless, I see you expanding, and because of this experience, you're finding out who you truly are and what you want out of life, and you're going after your ultimate fulfillment. This relationship is turning you into who you're meant to be. And this is a very necessary step in your life path, and it's bringing you into your personal power. We were talking about that with the stingray too. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people who picked this reading resonate with the stingray energy. This relationship is going to be beautiful, and you're going to feel a lot of love and fall in love with this person. But I see there will also be pain here, and it really is a case-by-case scenario on if this ends up being your forever person. But regardless, this is such a good situation to happen. I see it expanding you and taking you to where you're meant to be. It's exactly the right step in the direction to your soul's growth. I do see that for some people, this person is going to be self-interested and sneaky, and they're going to show their true colors, and it's going to empower you to grow. But for others, I see that this is going to catalyze their self-growth and be something that makes them change and grow too. And in that case, if they choose to grow for themselves, I could see this working out. But regardless, for those that this relationship doesn't last forever, or it ends because this person refuses to grow or give an equal reciprocity to the relationship, I see this really fortifying who you are meant to be, and bringing you into the most abundant and fulfilling life for you possible. This is truly in your highest good, no matter the outcome, because this relationship is a catalyst to you becoming your best self and living the life you've dreamed of. And you will have love regardless of if it's this person or not. There will be true love on your path, but this is a situation that's turning you into who you're truly meant to be. And I see there being pain here, and maybe some outside of the situation, there might be some externalities like people and friends involved that have malicious intent, but Spirit's saying you're divinely protected, and whatever's meant to happen here for your life path specifically will happen. And this will be a major stepping stone to your life journey. This is exactly what's meant to happen in your life. That much is very clear. And you'll still be growing and having effects for this relationship a year after it begins, regardless of it, whatever the outcome may be, because really I see it could be so many things. This could be where you both face your shadows and decide to grow together, or you choose to face your shadows and this person doesn't, and you grow on your own. It's not something you have control over. It's destiny, I'm hearing. But the truth will be illuminated, and it will be clear to you if you are meant to walk this path with this person. And regardless, I see you just having tremendous self-growth and really becoming the person you're meant to be. But this person is coming in, and your life will never be the same after this relationship happens. It's a turning point in your life, and it's leading to much better and brighter things. And it's bringing you to the community and the people you're meant to be with, in whatever way that might happen. You're being asked to release expectations and surrender to the flow of this connection and just enjoy it in the moment, enjoy what's happening, and be grateful for every day you experience and know that this is leading to your highest fulfillment regardless of the outcome. Because the outcome isn't clear here to me. The only clarity I have is that you are going to be better because of this relationship. You are going to be a stronger person, a much happier person because you experience this. And that's what's very clear to me. And you'll know exactly what you want out of life because of this experience. This is making you into the person you were meant to be. And it's a very powerful energy. There's so much sun imagery here, and I really see that this is awakening your life force and awakening what you came to this earth to experience. So this is a very important connection coming into your life, and whenever you look back on it decades later, you'll see how this experience led to all of the beauty and abundance later on. It was the turning point for it, regardless of where your life leads or what happens, because I see a lot of beauty coming in. And Spirit's making it clear that there will be pain along with this pleasure, but that's how life works. I mean, you have to experience the hard parts to have the good parts. It's that sacrificial aspect of life, and you're very grateful you go through this in retrospect. I can see that for sure. And I can see you really being proud of how you handled this and how you took care of yourself through this situation. So that's all I'm getting for you, Pile 1. It was an honor to read for you. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of my readings, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. If you chose the Celestite, then this is your reading on your next or current romantic relationship. So let's get into it. We're going to first look at these oracle cards for an energy check-in, and then we'll go from there. So your energy could show up on either side. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We have the Bat, Child Divine, the Riddle, and Guardianship with the Wolf. And on person B's side, that was person A. Person B's side is Hawk, the Fault Line, Goddess, and Upheaval. And your connecting energy is the inner child. Wow. Pile 2, off the bat, what I'm seeing is that this person, regardless of if you identify as the Bat person or the Hawk, this person for you is going to be like your family. And this relationship is going to be very healing to your inner child, whether you're with them already or not. I can see that both of these people had inner child wounds that this relationship helps heal. And it makes them feel protected and the loyalty of family in a way that they hadn't felt it before. And I see these both being very smart people who defy the odds and really create a marvelous life for themselves together. So if you haven't met this person yet, this is somebody you're going to be with for the long haul. And if you are already with this person, then you already know that this person is your family. And you definitely both help each other heal, and you take care of each other in a way that's very loyal and practical and wise. And I see that for the bat person, their energy towards the relationship is one of just believing that the divine put the hawk person on their path. And the bat person really wants to protect and take care of the hawk person. And they have an immense loyalty towards this hawk person. And sometimes they don't know why they feel just so connected to the hawk person, but they think that it's their destiny. And ever since they met the hawk person, they thought they were going to be the person they were going to spend their life with. The bat person has an immense loyalty towards the hawk person, regardless of the external changes that happen in their lives. And I can see that the bat person goes through some changes within the relationship, and they aren't the same person that the hawk first met later on. They're constantly evolving, but the relationship is what stays constant between them. And I feel like the bat is very connected to their spirituality and constantly relies on the spiritual presence for sustenance and nourishment. And that presence in their life is what makes them certain that the hawk is who they're meant to spend their life with. These are very stable partners in each other's lives. And I can see that the bat treats the hawk incredibly and just wants them to feel confident and strong in themselves and feel that protection and know that they're safe. The bat cares deeply for the hawk person and just wants them to be happy and feel safe in their environment. And the bat just is very caring towards the hawk person and wants them to see how amazing they are. And the hawk person, I can see, is a force to be reckoned with. The hawk person is very strong, and I think in their childhood went through very, very difficult things and precarious circumstances, and this relationship for them really is family and makes them feel grounded and secure in their lives, and it makes them feel like they can be their true powerful self and have the space to do that. And I think these people both together go through a lot of changes and some intense storms and events in life. Like, that's inevitable in life, that hard things happen. But these people work together to get through things. And the hawk knows that the bat will always be there for them through every difficult situation. And the hawk feels as though the bat was put in their life for a reason as well. There's this very spiritual bond between these two people that they know that no matter what happens, they'll have each other's backs. And I think the romance in this relationship will ebb and flow, and that's normal with a long-term relationship, but I see it always coming back. There always being a deep love for each other, and regardless, there will always be a friendship that exists. And I feel like the hawk has the space to do whatever they want to within this relationship, learn new things, explore themselves, and the bat does too. The bat can be who they truly are in this relationship, and so can the hawk. And sometimes there might be clashing of opinions or typical relationship difficulties, but in the end, this is a very safe space for both of these people. And it's a family that they had always craved as a kid, but never fully had from their parents. And I see the hawk protects the bat and the bat protects the hawk. And this is a place for the hawk to fully embrace their power and be who they are and feel safe doing it. And feel like they can soar above difficulties within this relationship, and the bat feels the same way. The bat and the hawk feel very lucky to be in this relationship because they know that it's exactly what their inner child needed and what they need. These are people who are in it for the long haul together, and this is one of those soulmate relationships that withstands the test of time. No matter what test these two people go through, they're stronger together for them. And this kind of loyalty really comes from craving this loyalty when they were young. And because they didn't have this loyalty when they were young, they found each other, they'll have it towards each other forever. This is one of the most solid relationships I've ever seen in a reading. These people will bend but not break together. And I see these people staying together till they're old and gray and being that old couple in rocking chairs holding hands, watching the sunset. So this is very powerful. This is you got me for life kind of love. And if you haven't met this person yet, your life is about to fundamentally shift because this person is going to be your rock from the day you meet forward. Once you let them in and the rock starts moving down the hill. But if you are already with this person, you know all of this because you've been through ups and downs and have this loyalty towards each other. We're going to look at the tarot cards now. I'm hearing true friend. This person really is just has your back no matter what. This is very beautiful. Okay. What does pile 2 need to know about their... Okay. The Lovers. I trust my knowing and make a commitment. I am open to good news in reverse. Page of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. I am always rewarded for all I do. And the King of Swords. I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. This relationship is very grounded in reality. And I think once you guys knew that you were meant to be together, you both trusted it and made a commitment to each other for life. Okay, I also have other oracle cards I want to put out. We have consciousness. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. I'm hearing Fernando by ABBA. No need to worry. 6th house. Toad. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Ram. A stubborn and aggressive person. And Harp. Great happiness. Okay. Pile 2, this is somebody you're going to spend your life with. And I can see that once you realize you're meant to be together, you guys make this commitment. And this commitment on both sides is very deep and is through sickness and health, through all of the ups and downs. And I can see that sometimes in this relationship there's difficulty, and there might be stages where one person feels depressed or things just aren't clicking. And there might be some stubbornness and fighting sometimes, and that's natural in any relationship, but I see that regardless of that, you guys have great happiness, and you're being reminded here that where there's good, there's also difficulty. You can't, in a long-term relationship like this, you can't escape the periods of disconnect and the periods of negativity or hardship, but I can see that there will always follow with a period of love and abundance. There is those periods of pessimism and difficulty never last. With the no need to worry card, I see that you don't have to worry about those periods of inaction or distance, and you'll always come back together stronger together. And I see that this was part of your spiritual path. You were meant to have a long-term soulmate, somebody like this. And with this card, it's gray, and it reminds me that you guys are going to be together till you're old and gray. And this person's going to open your mind to life. This is the person you are doing life with, and not everyone has a relationship that's this durable and strong. So I think it's important to recognize that this is a very special connection, and there will be difficulties in it, and it won't always be sunshine and rainbows, but you guys will have a solid basis with each other, a solid routine. This is stability and happiness. And you can trust this person's intellect and strategy to give you guys an abundant life. And I see you guys having a lot of abundance and opportunities for travel and enjoyment, and I see that all of the good in this relationship outweighs the bad by an enormous amount. And it's important to recognize that all things have difficulties, and when you're in a long relationship like this, there will be ebbs and flows, but you're stronger for every ebb and flow that happens. And there's so much love here and so much freedom to be who you are within this relationship. You don't have to conform or do anything. You just are allowed to be exactly who you are, both of you. And I see this person being your family. That's what keeps coming through. And sometimes you might be annoyed by them, but overall, you're going to have great, great happiness with this person and a ton of abundance. And you're going to be very grateful that this is the person you spent your life with. But this very much reminds me of yin yang. There's good in the bad, and there's bad in the good, and that's life. And no relationship is perfect, and there will be times where you're annoyed by this person or tired of it, but in the end, this is your partner. This is the person you're meant to spend your life with, and you're going to be so grateful to have had this person to get through life with. And I feel like you guys are kindred spirits, and no matter what happens in your life, you give each other the opportunity to fly. Being together, both of you can soar and be who you truly are, and really follow your spiritual path with intention and happiness. And I see you creating a lot of beauty together. This is somebody that you were destined to spend this life with. I really believe that. And when there's tough times here, know that they won't last. And this is your partner through it all. And I see you guys having so many good times and happiness and being there for each other through the hard times. And it's like you're on a ship at sea with this person, and you both are riding the waves and seeing what life brings you. And yeah, this relationship just stands the test of time. I think you're very grateful to be in this relationship, and if you haven't met this person yet, this is going to be monumental, because this is a relationship that gives you both the space to be who you truly are. And I see a lot of travel and happiness here, and you guys making lemonade out of lemons. Yeah, you were destined to be with this person, and I see a long-term happiness with them. So this is all I'm getting for you, Pile 2. It was an honor to read for you, and I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. If you chose the Rose Quartz Heart, then this is your reading all about your next romantic relationship. So we're first going to look at the energies of both people, A and B. So you should be able to find your energy on one of the sides, and your connecting energy. So for person A, we have the Gazelle, the Lover, the Scribe, and Happiness. Oh my god. And then for person B, we have the Buffalo. Why do I feel like crying? Okay. The Gem. What? The Artist. Impatience. Oh my god. Okay. And the connecting energy is Harmony. Oh my god. Okay. Let me sit with this energy for a second. Well, first I'm going to make sure the cards are all in frame. Pile 3, this is absolutely beautiful. Your next or current relationship feels like a dream. And I think it's a relationship in which both of you feel seen in a way you haven't been seen for all of your depth and nuance in a very long time, if ever. And yeah, this is a deep, deep love. This is an intense love too. So my spirit guides are saying this is what they write fairy tales about. This is what they write love stories about. So whoever, if you are in this connection, you know the power it holds. And if you've yet to meet this person or come into union, you're in for the time of your life. So I can see that the Buffalo notices the Gazelle first, with the Buffalo looking at the Gazelle. And I think they see a kindred spirit in the Gazelle and see the core inner beauty of the Gazelle that the Buffalo also holds. But if you spot it, you got it. And the Buffalo sees a deepness in the Gazelle that they rarely see in people. And they patiently await coming into union with the Gazelle. I feel like they're on the sidelines of the Gazelle's life for a while, just trusting that if they're meant to come together, they will. And the Buffalo is a very creative person who makes art, and I feel like the Gazelle becomes the Buffalo's muse even before they come into union. And the Gazelle knows that the Buffalo has a strong character and sees something special with them. But I feel like the Buffalo might be a bit closed off at the beginning, so the Gazelle doesn't realize that the Buffalo has interest in them. But with the Lover card and it kind of matching the sun behind the Gazelle, I'd say the gazelle has romantic thoughts about the buffalo and sees the buffalo in that way. And once they come into union, both of these people really are exploring their creativity and using their, both of these people are artists and have creative minds. And this feels like it was written in the stars, and that both of these people are here to show each other their magnificence and beauty. And this is a space that allows the gazelle to be truly themselves and the buffalo to be truly themselves. And I think they're both kind of in shock that someone like them exists. And it feels very much like destiny that these two are brought together. And there's a harmony between these two that can't be mimicked or understood fully. This is definitely a slow burner at the start, but once these two come together, it's fireworks. And I see that the gazelle will be living this life and showing their true colors, and the buffalo will eventually come forward to them and make their presence known. And the reason it's not the gazelle is because the gazelle is more focused on their inner life and in creating the world they want for themselves. And the buffalo is more grounded in their reality. And the more the gazelle opens up and shows who they are, the more the buffalo is certain that they're meant to connect. This is definitely a slow burner at the beginning. I think neither of you have met someone who you connect this deeply to before. And I feel like for the gazelle, once this comes into union, it feels like a dream come true. And so, same for the buffalo. But for the gazelle, the gazelle is more taken by surprise by this, but the buffalo has been thinking about this union for a long time. And how to show their vulnerability, because I think the buffalo's a bit closed off. And so the gazelle, no matter how perceptive they are, I can see the gazelle's very perceptive, but they're perceptive about the fact that buffalo's a little closed off. And it's cool that the gem kind of looks like the buffalo fur. It's like, or the stuff around the gem. It's as though the buffalo waits until they feel secure enough to show the gazelle their true self. And right when they do that, both people know that they're meant to be together. The buffalo just sees it sooner because I feel like the gazelle really shows who they are from the get-go and wears their heart on their sleeve in a way that they're just a very sensitive person, and I feel like the buffalo is better at closing themselves off and being discerning. And the gazelle is more open. Even if they've been hurt, that's just how they live. And they're quick to back away from situations they know are harmful to them, though. They're very perceptive, and they'll run away from something that isn't working quickly. So that's why they're able to stay so open, because they have the discernment to know when things aren't right for them. But when the buffalo comes in, I think the gazelle had pictured this, but didn't really see that the buffalo would... They thought maybe it was a fantasy, that the buffalo could be their kindred spirit, but the buffalo knew. And the buffalo's just waiting for the right time to come forward and show their true self to the gazelle. But they see their hearts are connected. With this harmony card, I can see these two people's hearts are connected, and the buffalo knows this. And the gazelle will too, once the buffalo shows their true self. So this is going to be you know those movie montages of people falling in love? That's exactly what's going to happen here. And once a buffalo makes themselves known to the gazelle, it's going to be a quick expansion where it feels like a ton of color is added to both of these people's lives. Wow. I'm hearing "So This Is Love" from Cinderella. This is going to be a great, passionate love. There's so much passion here. And this is happening the buffalo will know first. But the gazelle just has to continue living their life and being themselves, and the buffalo will inevitably make themselves known. So let's look at the tarot cards. This is beautiful, pile 3. You're in for a beautiful ride with this person. Okay, let's look at the tarot cards. What does pile 3 need to know about this love? The Ace of Swords. 2 of Cups. The World. Oh my god, this is so passionate. Eight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. What the heck? Okay, pile 3. For some of you watching this, I wouldn't say everybody, but many people, are you the gazelle? And the Fool's on the back of the deck as well. I feel like you're the gazelle and you know who this buffalo is, and this reading's confirming to you that they have feelings for you. With the Ace of Swords here, I think you have noticed that there could be a deep relationship here, and I feel like for most people, you haven't come into union yet. This isn't a current relationship, but it's about to be. And if you're already together, then this is how this began. But I don't see you really watching pick a card readings after you come into union with this person, because it's just so obvious that this was your destiny. I see this person contacting you very soon, and it's definitely a divine timing thing, and you're not meant to act. You're meant to wait for this person to make a move. Unless you're the buffalo, but I feel like for the majority of people watching, you're the gazelle. And this person's coming in. So if you had a feeling about this person, you're right. And there will be a deep, deep bond here and a deep love. And I'm hearing this is once in a lifetime. Okay, let's look. I forgot to pull the other oracle cards. We have the 9th house, the wolf. Oh my god. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have trust. Disruption. Success. Wow. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Oh my god. Gong. Exciting event. And funnel. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Yes, I don't see these people immediately coming into union. I think there's a time where you two know of each other, but no action is taken. And I see that whenever you're in your joy and just living your life and being happy and being who you truly are, that's when this event will come in where you guys connect. And it's going to come out of the blue. It's not going to be when you're expecting it. You're just going to be living your life, and when you're connected to your joy, this will come in and there will be success here. And I see you being abundant already on your own and really just enjoying your life. And I think you're already having other manifestations come in, and this is one of them. And you're being asked just to trust this and know. I'm almost being reminded of How to Train Your Dragon, and that the main character there had to get his dragon to trust him by like very slow steps and just like body language and showing them that they're trustworthy. And I kind of feel like that's what the gazelle will do so that the buffalo feels they can open up. There's something about September here. Regardless, this is someone that you connect to on the deepest of levels, and I see so much harmony and happiness being in this relationship. It's just a matter of this person trusting themselves to open up, and I see that that's going to happen. And it might be kind of out of the blue in your eyes that this person comes forward, but you're going to be in such a happy place when this person comes forward that it feels like this was all fated and this was meant to happen the way it did. I love that the gong kind of looks like this gold circle. I really see that you'll already be in your joy when this person comes forward to you. And it's going to be like once this person comes forward, you're on this roller coaster and things move fast. And because I know this person's not going to come forward till they're certain that they want to expand with you. And I'm filming this in August, so regardless of when you're watching this, I think if you already know this person and you feel like, or you feel certain you do, this person will be coming forward in a month or two. And this is going to be a very beautiful, beautiful connection. And I feel like this person is going to make you feel like part of their wolf pack once they have trust in the situation. I just think they've been burned before, so with that How to Train Your Dragon analogy, they just need to know that you're trustworthy. And yeah, I just keep seeing this is going to be a situation where the way they come forward, it just feels really out of the blue. And you're going to be a little taken off guard. You might jump a little or be a little surprised. But this funnel is reminding me of a time, one of those sand timers that eventually runs out. And I feel like that's in your destiny. The time is running out before this person comes towards you. They just need to be certain they're going to, that you really are a kindred spirit to them and they'll be successful. But I see that time is coming soon. This person's had a lot of time to reflect and think. And I really feel like they're about to make themselves known to you. And you're both going to be so happy whenever you realize that you have this deep connection. And you both share the same. I just see that you are on the same path. And there's something about eye contact here. I think the gazelle's eye contact with the buffalo will confirm to the buffalo that there's something more here. It might have already happened that way. But yeah, it's going to feel like this person's communication comes in fast, but it was a long time coming on their end. And it'll feel like the planets are aligning, that the fireworks have been set off. It's like that feeling of everything happening all at once. This is very beautiful, pile 3. This is an intense relationship with a lot of love, and it's going to feel like a long time coming. Yeah, This is beautiful. Just know that once this person comes in, just be yourself and everything's going to work out. This person's going to show you their inner light and you'll be free to do the same. And I see you already show your light more than this person feels comfortable doing. But it'll be special to see their light, because you intuited it was there, but they were so closed off you couldn't be certain. So yeah, this is what I'm getting for you. Pile 3, this is a beautiful love, and this person is very excited to come forward to you. It's only a matter of time. So this is what I'm getting for you. I hope you have a beautiful day or night whenever you're watching, and I will see you in another reading. Bye. Hey Pile 4, if you chose the blue calcite, then this is your reading on your next or current romantic relationship. So we're first going to go into the energy check, and that is where we look at person A and person B, and your energy could be on either side, so take what resonates, and this will be the connecting energy. So for person A, we have the unicorn, the hunter, the visionary, the chipmunk, success, and for person B we have the oyster, the medallion, the beggar, and the squirrel preparation. I feel like these are not in frame. And then for the connecting energy, we have 37, I am beautiful. That's awesome. Okay. So Pile 4, this is a very beautiful connection that's coming in or that you're currently in. And I guess I want to say congrats, first off. And secondly, I'll get into the energy. So this relationship is something that empowers both of you to be your best selves. And with the unicorn person, I see there's someone who's very driven and has strong goals, and I can see that they really are a successful person and a bright spirit, and I can see that they're very magical to the oyster person, and the unicorn I can see just is a very vibrant life force. And when the unicorn wants something, ooh, they go after it with their whole heart. And I love that the squirrel and the chipmunk came out because they're very similar to me. They're the same, but they're different, you know? And on the oyster side here, I think they are working to come into their power. I think they are floored by the unicorn person. And the oyster, oysters have pearls in them. Oysters are very beautiful miracles in this world, but I think the oyster might be having some insecurities around the relationship and almost is trying to prepare for if bad things happen or things don't work out with the unicorn. And I feel like the oyster feels burdened by different responsibilities in their life, and I feel like they just don't see themselves in the same light that they see the unicorn. I think the oyster definitely puts the unicorn on a pedestal. And I can see that the oyster is very humble and has a lot to offer and is very driven too. And I think that the unicorn and the oyster have more in common than the oyster realizes, but the oyster is looking at themselves in negative light. And this relationship is really something that is going to make both of these people see their beauty and see their power, and give them both humility about being connected to everyone and being one with the divine. I'm thinking of these hands here, just showing how small we are as humans and how beautiful we are nonetheless. And I see that the unicorn and oyster both will realize this through their relationship. I think the oyster, it's beautiful how they see the unicorn, but the oyster should be seeing themselves this way too. And I'm feeling that the group is mixed here, that some of you are going to identify as the oyster person when it comes to this relationship, and that you'll be in awe of the unicorn, but feel as though it might bring up some insecurities for you. And some of you will identify with the unicorn and really having come into yourself recently, and when you meet this person and be creating a life for yourself, really knowing what you want. The unicorn is very solid in knowing what they want and who they are, and success is coming to them because of their determination and strength. And I just see the unicorn has self-empowerment in a way they haven't had it before in their life. They're finally seeing their magical self for who they are. Now I can also see that people would feel like they could relate to both of these. And the oyster side is more the shadow aspects of how the unicorn feels. It's more feeling pessimistic and preparing for the worst in the relationship. I feel like maybe both people oscillate between these feelings in the relationship, and that's not for everyone, because I do see that I just see a lot of the unicorn in the oyster person, and that the oyster person has all of these capabilities too, but they see it in the unicorn and fail to see it in themselves. So a big thing in this relationship is the oyster realizing they have this beauty too, and taking the unicorn off this pedestal they put them on, and seeing that they're just as powerful and strong and beautiful as the unicorn is. So I think the oyster just needs to work on their confidence and see their beauty and see that they have magic in them too, in the way they see it in the unicorn. Everything they love about the unicorn they have. So I feel like this relationship will really open the oyster up to their beauty, and they're both just really going to help each other shine and be happy. I feel like there's fears on the oyster's end of the unicorn's feelings towards them and how things will move in the future, but I just see this being a really harmonious relationship. From the energy check, I feel a lot of peace here, and two very evolved souls, and the oyster doesn't need to worry so much. So if you identify with the oyster, I really think we'll look at the tarot cards and other oracle cards as well, but I feel that you are just as magical. You have a pearl within you, a gem within you that the unicorn sees and they love about you. So, and if you're the unicorn, I think the oyster might need some words of affirmation about about what beauty you see in them, because I feel like if you're currently with them and you're resonating as the unicorn, I feel like the oyster is second guessing themselves and could use some support. Okay, now we're going to look at the tarot cards. What does pile 4 need to know about this? We have the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the Three of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Princess of Swords. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups on the back of the deck. And let's look at the Oracle cards. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. I surrender to a power greater than me. Oh, we were talking about the hands in that other card. House. 4. You're ready. Determination. And bag. Something important such as a new job or a raise. Okay, so pile 4. I feel as though these fears from the oyster are coming from a fear of not having enough for the unicorn, or there's just some insecurity here. But what the oyster needs to see, and the unicorn already sees, is that there's a very stable foundation here for these two people, and these fears are coming up because of insecurities and a fear of commitment, and both of these people have the same determination and drive, and they're very similar people, and the chemistry between these two people is unparalleled. And I see that the oyster working through these fears will realize that they deserve the unicorn and the unicorn's love, and I feel like this is a friendship. This foundation of this relationship is a friendship, and can and will lead to so much more. But it's important the oyster feels safe with the unicorn, and I feel like the oyster just needs to know that the unicorn just feels the divine pulling them towards the oyster. The unicorn knows that this connection in some way is meant to be. The unicorn really loves having the oyster in their life and wants to have them in their life for a long time. So I also see the oyster coming into success, and that will raise their confidence levels in the situation. I feel like the unicorn just has an intense power and intense presence, and sometimes it makes the oyster feel smaller than they truly are, because these people are on the same level. I just think that the oyster might be too in their head. I think these people are connected in the same community as well, with 4 court cards here. Well, this is a major arcana, but it's a person. And I think the unicorn has natural leadership abilities, and I think the oyster just is having cognitive distortions about their importance in the unicorn's life and their connection. And if you identify as the oyster, I see you rising in your confidence and working through these insecurities, because this person really does care about you and wants to grow with you and feels a deep connection to you, and the chemistry is off the charts in this relationship. I just feel this electrifying pull towards each other. And sometimes these things aren't explainable, but the connection is here, and you're being asked to surrender this to your higher power and know that you're being led in this direction for a reason. And I feel like something's going to happen in the near future if you're the oyster that will give you the confidence to feel like you are deserving of the unicorn. And I feel like it's important the oyster knows they have intrinsic worth, and no external thing changes their worth. But I think for them, I feel like maybe the unicorn sometimes, if this is a man or a masculine energy, I feel like sometimes the unicorn might emasculate them just because of the unicorn's power. And the unicorn doesn't mean to do this. The unicorn just is who they are. And I just think maybe sometimes they make the oyster feel small and don't mean to. But the oyster is going to have abundance come in, and I think it'll make them feel more confident in what they can provide the unicorn. But I also just think that the oyster has some fears, and you're being asked to follow your arrow and follow your heart and not live too much in your brain if you're the oyster. And if you're the unicorn, you're just being asked to have patience with the oyster person and love them in a way that gives them space to figure out what they need to do. And I see this friendship being the foundation for all of this love. And with time and space and taking this slow, I could see this really being something that lasts long term. And I feel like the oyster is being asked to cut out the noise around them. I feel like there's a lot of people around them that also know the unicorn and might have their own opinions, or the oyster is being asked not to care what anyone else thinks and just to ride the wave and trust in their higher power that things are being led in the right direction. And for the oyster to really see the pearl within them and see the beauty within them, because I really think the oyster is having a hard time seeing themselves in an accurate light. And these people really have something special, and it's very divinely guided. And both of you have this determination here. This determination card applies to both of you. And if you both are determined to make this work, you can. It's just centering yourself in your higher power and trusting in something bigger than yourself. But if you were feeling scared about where this was going, this can go great places. It's all just a matter of perspective and knowing your worth for the oyster person. And for the unicorn person, it's not overwhelming the oyster and just keeping things friendly and being gentle with the oyster as they figure out their stuff. So this could lead to something very beautiful. And I think on an energetic level and your feelings towards each other, if you really just look at that, that's all you need to know, is that magnetic pull towards each other and that level of love that exists naturally between you. Everything else is just radio static. Like, you're the maker of your reality, and I feel like some of the things that worry this connection, or the things that are in the way of this connection seem bigger than they truly are. Like this connection, if both people are invested in it and want it, it's very powerful and strong, and the oyster's really going to rise in their power through this. So you're being asked just to trust in where you're being led and have fun with this, because it's not every day you have a connection like this. And I'm hearing, I can show you the world from Aladdin, a whole new world. This is once these people really step through the threshold and are together and let go of confidence stuff, this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful relationship. And you're just getting started, I'm hearing. So if this is a current connection, this might be the dynamics right now. I'm hearing you're coming into contact with this person soon, and to trust where you're led in this situation, because it's all working out according to the divine plan. So this is all I'm getting for you, Pile 4. It was an honor to read for you, and I will see you in another reading.